Hey everyone, I hope you're well. So if you haven't watched it already, first make sure to go watch my Season 3 PvE video, because we're about to talk about some more details about PvE and the objectives and base storyline behind it. So basically there will be a PvE mode in Season 3, most likely. It's not confirmed, it's in the game files and it's very highly suggested that it will come. It's called Freelance. It will be a group PvE mode where friends can go in together as squads, and other squads will also be in the arena together. We're talking about Kings Canyon here. There will be missions to complete, objectives, and you will earn credits as you complete them. The credits you earn will help you to level up your freelance level, and we don't know what that means besides the level itself. There may be rewards involved probably, but there's not really any information in the game files about that. Now, before I get started on the game code that I have found personally, I'd like to say that the original PvE files that led me through to all of this was found by somebody called Apexvids. I'll put everything on screen now and in the description and the pinned comment. There's been a lot of PvE talk from that one mining guy, so once again I'll put the stuff on screen for him, and that's all in the description too. So let's get into the interesting stuff. Once again, this is Freelance. We have something called a hub. I don't know what that means, some kind of mission area, or perhaps this is just a lobby screen, a loading screen. We do not know, but there is a freelance lobby and a freelance description that have no information, so it may be a separate lobby. Then we have a number of objectives to talk about. So we have Exodus: cross Kings Canyon to secure the extraction of vital data. 1 to 3 players, 60 plus minutes. Now this makes it sound like some kind of raid, like a Destiny style raid. We don't know the details for sure. It's definitely some kind of PvE objective based mode, and this really makes me excited. We cannot talk too much about what this is besides this data. Anything I've said besides the data on screen is just speculation, and remember, all of this stuff can change. It's subject to change. This is in development. Then we have Exodus Hardcore. It's the exact same thing but with tough enemies and something called Team Wipe, which I guess we can't really speculate too much on. If you have any ideas what this could be, let me know. There are plenty more modes as well, or what seem to be missions and events. So it seems like there's going to be a series of missions you can complete and maybe events that will be added. Maybe they'll be periodically added throughout the season, or maybe you will progress through them and they'll all be available straight away. So we have the Orbital Vault. Hijack a heavily protected transport to find the vault. 12 players, 25 minutes. This may be a kind of solo event where you all fight together. I'm not sure. Maybe 12 player squad. That seems quite a lot, right? There's only 11 legends by Season 3, but still that doesn't make sense. Flying Building Attack. Hack the 3 consoles on the flying buildings. Then we have Flying Building Defend the Flying Laboratory, and then we have Moving Castle, eliminate the Legion threat. Warp Gate Puzzle, power up the dormant Warp Gate. Now pay attention, all of these have different player counts and time to complete. Some of them are as short as 3 minutes, some of them as long as 60 minutes. Then we have Explore Kings Canyon, loot, survive and extract when ready. Seems kind of like a free roam type thing, I'm not really sure. Ambient Kings Canyon, fight ambient encounters. Interesting. Objective Goliath Hunt, hunt and kill the Goliath. Now this is really cool. We've seen Goliaths in concept art but never in any game, so this may be the first time we actually see one. The Bloodhound image concept art on screen now is a Goliath. Open bounty, capture the VIP scientist alive. Interesting stuff, scientist. I wonder what's going on with the lore. We have some more hints about that in a minute. And then we have this one, High Octane. Evil scientists are trying to reverse engineer Octane's abilities. Repulsor Tower Defend, hold off waves of infected until the tower is online. So some interesting lore-based stuff to the Repulsor Tower maybe. Really cool. This is actually really exciting. So I take note of a few things here. Each mission or event has somebody's name in brackets. We have Mo, we have Mike, we have Jake, we have Pereira. Now, if we go to these codes, so here's the thing. There's a lot of PvE code that is unrelated to Apex, but we can link the Season 3 tag to Freelance, and then the Freelance tag to all of those mission names, and then further we can tag those mission names with tons of objectives. For example, we have Harvester Assault, High Octane, Bait and Switch, we have Killbox, we have Repulsor Defend. All of these have more information. For example, for Bait and Switch, capture 40 infected for study, infected captured, close first cage to capture the infected inside, kill poachers to get their equipment, pick up the creature bait launcher. Infected here should be captured, not kill. Switch to bait launcher, launch bait to lure, infected mission success, max infected captured. So basically all of this stuff is just kind of hints. Then we have more stuff about Tetra, which was also hinted before in the freelance code. So we have hijack a transport to find the vault. A hover tank arrives. Then you can board the hover tank. There's an armory that's locked that you can unlock. There's talk about Reapers, turrets, Titans. Remember, all of this is subject to change, okay? Disrupt Reapers, disable base turrets, unlock armories, weaken Titan health. There's so much information here. I don't want to go too far because it's ultimately a little confusing, but I would make the assumption that all of this is coming in Season 3. There's probably going to be a lot of changes, like I've said many times, but hopefully by seeing these files, you can see that there's a lot of stuff here. I would suggest, if you're watching this, take all of this with a grain of salt. I think I didn't make any mistakes with the code, but I could have. But it seems we have these mission names, and there's a lot of information about these missions. I don't want to kind of share too much more about the specifics, because then when it actually comes out, it's going to be kind of, oh, this is what happens, or maybe people will build expectations off of it, so we'll leave it there. So now I want to kind of get to something juicy, which is kind of cool. So I was talking about how scientists were trying to do something to Octane to change his abilities. Well, we have this string here, Rage Mode, Octane Super. Enter a rage where you stim and take 50% reduced damage, but can only perform melee leap attacks. Now, that seems kind of crazy. I'm sure it's just some PvE mode. It's not going to be put into standard PvP, but perhaps Octane kind of plays the bad guy here and then everybody else has to stop him. I don't know, that's just speculation. So that's pretty much it. That is everything about PvE that we know so far. There's a lot of details I haven't shared specifically just because it's so overwhelming. And I also don't want to share too many details because, like I said, Respawn has worked really hard on this and I think that it's going to be very exciting when it drops. What are your thoughts on all of this? Do you think that this PvE mode is going to be good? What do you think could change by the time it launches, and how do you think it will change people's opinions of Apex? Do you think more people will come back? Do you think it will blow up in popularity? Do you think people will just look over it like it's nothing? I don't know. I'm curious to see what your opinions are. I'll see you in the comments. Cheerio!